should have enough courtesy to park on the same side of the street.
Then I suggest that you call the cops.
Sit your back on the car.
For what? I know you're not gonna go through my garden. I'll wait here for your other officers. Arrest him! He broke my door!
You think you could trash my house and not pay?
I've mowed hundreds of lawns to help people for free, but some moments stay with you long after the grass is gone. Like the day an angry neighbor came storming out, yelling at me for parking on the wrong side of the street. I was just mowing for an old lady who could barely walk. He said I was being disrespectful. I told him, "Sir, if it's that serious, go ahead and call the cops." He did. And when they showed up and realized I was just helping her for free, they shook my hand instead. That was the first time I learned that sometimes people hate what they don't understand, even kindness. But then there was the garden standoff. I was mowing for a woman who loved her flowers more than anything. Someone called 911 saying there was suspicious activity, and the police pulled up, lights flashing, and told her, "Sit your back on the car." She crossed her arms and said, "For what? You're not stepping through my garden." She wasn't angry. She was proud, standing her ground for the one thing that still felt like hers. I didn't say a word. I just stood behind my mower, just watching her fight for dignity in a world that rarely gives it to people like her. And then there was the biker. I was mowing for a renter when a man in a leather vest that said secretary pulled up on his motorcycle and kicked the door open. He was the landlord, furious, shouting that his tenant hadn't paid rent. The man inside screamed for the police. The tension was real, voices shaking, dust flying. I didn't move. I just kept mowing, the sound of the engine cutting through the noise. That's when I realized I can't fix people's lives. I can't stop anger or fear, but I can still show up. Every yard I cut has a story, and every story has pain behind it. Sometimes all a person needs is one small act of kindness to remind them the world isn't all bad. And maybe that's the real reason I keep mowing, because every time I help someone, I'm cutting through more than grass. I'm cutting through loneliness, frustration, and everything that tries to grow wild when no one cares.